Chelsea agree £34 million transfer to sign France star Benoit Badiashile. Chelsea are set to kickstart their January spending with the arrival of Monaco ace Benoit Badiashile after agreeing a £34 million deal to sign the defender. The Blues spent £300 million last summer under Thomas Tuchel, but Graham Potter has been promised more funds this month. Despite the arrivals of Wesley Fofana and Kalidou Koulibaly, Potter feels his defence is in need of reinforcement. Badiashile, 21, had been earmarked by Manchester United before the signing of Lisandro Martinez, and the defender is widely regarded as one of the finest young talents in Europe. The defender already has 2 caps for France to his name and is a regular in Monaco's first team, having made 135 appearances for the League One giants. And The Athletic say Chelsea have struck a deal to sign the Frenchman for around £34 million. It comes as Chelsea look to strike a deal for Argentina midfielder Enzo Fernandez. The Benfica ace has a £106 million release clause in his contract, but Chelsea are happy to bid above that price if it means rearranging the financing of the deal so they don't have to pay the entire fee up front. Chelsea languish in 9th place in the Premier League table, trailing 4th-placed Manchester United by 8 points. The Blues have won just one of their last 6 matches in the Premier League, but Potter hopes new arrivals this month will help turn things around. Chelsea register interest in Nice midfielder Khephren Thuram. Youth has been something that has taken priority at Chelsea since Todd Boehly's revolution began, and the club are continuing to monitor young players even with all the superstars thereafter. With a huge overhaul of the squad expected in the next 18 months and many players believed to be going out the door, the club will need to counteract losing players with buying better replacements. One such player Chelsea could bring in is Nice midfielder Khephren Thuram. According to the Daily Mail, Chelsea are interested in 21-year-old Nice midfielder Khephren Thuram. Newcastle also have an interest in the Frenchman. Thuram is a defensive midfielder and has made 16 appearances for Nice so far this season. He has a market value of £22 million, and would be a clever signing for Chelsea. Andre Santos is expected to be announced by Chelsea in the next day or so, and the belief is that he is the midfielder for the future for Chelsea. Considering the 2 players play in the same position, it is expected that Thuram is likely listed as a player Chelsea could look to if they miss out on Declan Rice in the summer. Rice is Chelsea's #1 target, but a player like Thuram to play alongside Enzo Fernandez would likely be the play by Chelsea if Rice chooses to go to Manchester United or Liverpool. Liverpool expected to move for Chelsea target Moises Caicedo. Liverpool have had long-standing interest in Moises Caicedo dating back to when he was still playing in Ecuador. The club may finally decide it's the right to move for him. Reports today suggested that Liverpool want 1 midfielder now and 1 midfielder in the summer. The one in the summer is likely to be Jude Bellingham, and the club have been heavily linked to a January move for Caicedo. Brighton would want around £75 million for Moises Caicedo. According to Neil Jones of Goal, Liverpool scouts are very impressed by Moises Caicedo, and believe they would be able to take the player away from Brighton if they did move for him. Chelsea have also been heavily linked to Caicedo lately and are another club expected to move. The Enzo Fernandez signing may put a dent in the chances, but Todd Boehly has shown there is no bounds to who he will chase thus far. The price tag is something Liverpool don't particularly believe is worth paying, and that may prove as one of the complications if they do choose to move for the player. Manchester United also have interest but are unlikely to move in January due to their financial situation and the takeover. Caicedo is likely to be open to a move away from Brighton, so it may come down to whichever club wants the player more. Chelsea in conversations with Jorginho over new contract. There has been much speculation and media rumours about where Jorginho will end up next season or even in January. The player's contract is up in June, and he can leave Chelsea for free to venture wherever he pleases. Of course, that will only be the case if a new contract agreement can't be reached, and the 2 parties are said to now be in talks over a new contract at this moment. There is no promises an agreement will be reached, but the positive is that talks are taking place. As reported by Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea are in conversations with Jorginho and his representatives for a new contract. The news comes after David Ornstein of The Athletic reported that the club had held positive talks with N'Golo Kante regarding a new deal. Kante is now expected to stay. Jorginho's contract talks have not been described as positive as of yet, but they are ongoing, which can be somewhat seen as a positive. Newcastle have denied their interest in the player recently by stating the player's mobility did not match what they wanted in midfield. The Italian midfielder does have other options if he does wish to leave Chelsea. The reported problem that has been holding up a deal for this long is Jorginho's terms. Chelsea have not up until this stage been willing to pander to his contract demands. Time will tell if the two can come to an agreement.